What if I told you that one man's voice, just one voice, stood between freedom and total collapse? Churchill, the man who spoke to ruins. The collapse of Europe. Nazi tanks rolled across the continent. Paris had fallen. Poland crushed. Norway gone. Britain stood alone. The skies above London lit with fire as German bombs rained down. The world expected Britain to surrender. And then he rose. Winston Churchill, 65 years old, labeled a has-been, yet in the chaos, he became the voice of defiance.
Fuel for the Battle of Germany, non-stop from the cliffs of Dover. Fuel for the trucks and tanks and machines of war, thanks to a miracle of engineering achievement.
Words as weapons. Churchill didn't lead with a sword. He led with words. His speeches weren't just heard, they were felt. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall never surrender. Those words were oxygen to a suffocating people. He once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts."
London has been hurt during the night. The sign of a great fighter in the ring is, can he get up from the floor after being knocked down? London does this every morning. London doesn't look down upon the ruins of its houses, upon those made homeless during the night, upon the remains of churches, hospitals, workers' flats. London looks upwards toward the dawn and faces the new day with calmness and confidence. The People's Army go to work as they did in that other comfortable world which came to an end when the invader began to attack the last strongholds of freedom.
Standing in the ruins. While others hid, Churchill walked the rubble. He stood shoulder to shoulder with the people. "You do your worst," he said to Hitler, "and we will do our best." That wasn't a quote. That was a declaration of identity. A man versus a machine. On the other side of the war was a machine, a tyrant who ruled through fear. But Churchill, he ruled through hope. He stood not as a soldier, but as a symbol. As Roosevelt once wrote to him, "It is not given to many to wield such influence through words alone."
I'm speaking from London. It is late afternoon, and the people of London are preparing for the night. Everyone is anxious to get home before darkness falls, before our nightly visitors arrive. This is the London rush hour. Many of the people at whom you are looking now are members of the greatest civilian army ever to be assembled. These men and women who have worked all day in offices or in markets are now hurrying home to change into the uniform of their particular service.
Relevance to today. Maybe you're not leading a nation. Maybe your ruins look like lost dreams, broken plans, or silent disappointments. But Churchill proved something eternal. That even when the world crumbles around you, you can choose to speak to the ruins. And sometimes, that voice is all it takes to rebuild. So rise, speak, lead. Not because the world believes in you, but because you believe in something greater. The world remembers those who stood in the fire and spoke life. Never surrender. Winston Churchill. If this story sparked something in you, don't let it fade. History is waiting for those who will write the next chapter. Like, share, and keep speaking to the ruins. Subscribe for more true stories of resilience, hope, and triumph.